Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today is Monday. It is 2nd of December. It is Margasesha Masa or Kesava Masa, Shukla Paksham and Vidya Tithi. So there are no extra events in the calendar. So we shall quickly move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so the Supreme Personality of Godhead speaking to Brahma. Amen. So saying that I am the tapasya and everything. So sujami tapasya vedam grasami tapasa punaha bibarmi tapasa vishwam virime dusharan tapaha. So the Lord spoke a few words about his abode and also the perfection of human life and austerities and penances. And then he also mentions that there is no difference between me and the penance. So these austerities and penance are my heart and soul. So likewise, the Lord says, and then Brahma started speaking to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, saying that, O Supreme, O my dear Lord, so you exist in the heart of all the living entities. You know everything without any hindrance. So Bhagavan Sarvabhutanam Adhyaksho Avasito Guham Vedahi Aprituruddhena Pradhanena Chikishitam. So you are the director of all the living entities. And so by your internal potency, you understand everything. So likewise, indirectly he mentions that, my dear Lord, you know what I am going to ask you. So you know my desires as well. Likewise, Brahma indirectly mentioned. And then further, he is directly asking about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, saying that, so, oh, my dear Lord, you just kindly fulfill my desires. Fulfill my desires. And though you do not have any material form, though you have got a spiritual form, how you manifest yourself in this mundane world? Likewise, he is asking to fulfill that desires. And by his internal potency and his different energies, how you exhibit yourself. So kindly explain all these things to me. How you create, how you maintain, how you destroy, and how you accept your different incarnations. Likewise, Brahma is asking these questions to the Lord directly. So many times, so some people say the Lord does not have any form and he is impersonalist. So something like that, he is just only Brahma Jyoti. So here, Brahma is directly asking, so though you do not have any material form at all, how do you exist in your eternal transcendental form, and also how you appear in this material world in the by taking different incarnations, so that materialistic people can see you. Likewise, Brahma is asking. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 9, verse numbers 26 and 27. तथापि नातमानस्य नातनातयनाथितं परावरे यथा रूपे जानीयां ते स्वरूपिणः. It's a very beautiful verse coming rhythmically. So Tatapi nata manasya. So though he's saying, though you know everything, tata, so what is tata? So he understands adhyaksha avasito guham vedahi apritridhena pradhanena chikishram. So that's why he's starting with, so that in spite of that, tatapi natamanasya, so of the one who is asking for. So now Brahma is asking further questions. Though you know everything, I am still asking. Tatapi natamanasya nata natayanatitam nadha. So this is nadha, O Lord. Nataya is the please award. Please give me that benediction. Nataya natitam. Natitam as it is desired by me. Nata nataya naditam. So this is the beauty of the Sanskrit. So though it appears like nata, nataya, naditam, natamanasya, these are all coming. Just if we include one more letter, there is a different meaning. One more letter, different meaning. We can just keep on pattern arranging this pattern. It will come very beautiful meanings as well. So here, tatapi natamanasya nata nataya natitam. So Brahma is asking to fulfill his desires. Paravare yatarupe janiyamte tvarupinaha. Paravare yatarupe. Para avare. So in the matter of mundane and transcendental. Para is the para, the supreme, and avare is the mundane. So in the matter of mundane and transcendental, yatarupe as it is in the form. Janiyamte tvarupinaha. Janiyam. So may it be known to me, te, your, te, tvarupinaha, to arupinaha. So, but one who is formless, he does not have any material forms. So, but here, when Brahma is saying arupinaha, he has already seen the Lord's transcendental form with four hands, and in the Vaikuntha planet, he has already seen all those things. But here it means formless means no materialistic form. Tatapi natamanasya natanatayanatam paravare yatarupe janayam te tvarupinaha. And then, so in spite of that, my Lord, I am praying to you, kindly fulfill my desire. May I please be informed how, in spite of your transcendental form, you assume the mundane form, although you have no such form at all. And then further, he is asking, Yata Atma Maya Yogena. Yatha Atma Maya Yogena Nana Sekti Upabramhitam Vilumpan Visujan Gruhnan Bibrad Atmanam Atmana Yata Atma Maya Yogena. So as much as Atma own, Maya is the Lord's potency, Yogena by combinations, Maya Yogena. By your internal potency, yata atma maya yogena nana sekti upabramhitam. Nana sekti, he has got various energies. So as Brahm has already seen that Lord was surrounded by panchabi, those energies, different energies. Vrutam chatushodasha pansektibihi yuktam bhagaihi swaritaratra chadhruvaihi. So he was enjoying with all his energies surrounded around him. Adjarhaniyasanam mastam param vrutam chatushodasha pansektibihi yuktam bhagaihi svaritratra chadhruvaihi swayev dhaman brahmamanameshwaram. So when the Lord has got so many energies, and Brahma wanted to know, Nana Sekti Upabrumhitam. You have got so many energies, Upabrumhitam, by combinations and permutations of those energies. And you, Vilumpan Visajan Gruhnan Bibrad. Vilumpan is in the matter of annihilation, Visrujan in the matter of generation, Gruhnan in the matter of accepting the different incarnations, those forms, that is Gruhnan, Bibrat in the matter of maintenance, Atmanam, Atmana, by you and by yourself, something own self and by the self. Atmana, Atma. Atmanam, Atmana. So here, how you create, so by accepting your form in this material world, how you um, create and maintain and destroy and different forms, and also accepting these forms. Gruhnan. So please explain all this to me. Likewise, Brahma is asking about the Lord's position. Yatha Atma Maya Yogena Nana Sikti Uhubrumbhitam Vilumpan Vishajan Gruhnan Bibrad Atmanam Atmana. So, translation for this verse as well. And please inform me how you, by your own self, manifest different energies for annihilation, generation, acceptance, and maintenance by combination and permutations. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request Gaurangi Mataji to read the purport, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The way manifestation is the Lord Himself by diffusion of His different energies only, namely the internal, external, and marginal, just as the sunlight is the manifestation of the energy of the sun planet. Such energy is uh, similarly one with and different from the Lord, just as the sunshine is similarly uh, one with and different from the sun planet. The energies are acting by combination and permutation by the induction of the load and the acting agents like Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are also different incarnation of the Lord. In other words, there is nothing but the Lord, and still the Lord is different from all such manifestive activities. How it is so will be explained later on. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So
Jai.
here, um, so Prabhupada is explaining the whole manifestation is the Lord Himself by a diffusion of His different energies only, namely internal, external, and marginal, just as the sunlight is the manifestation energy of the sun planet. So here, the living entities belongs to the marginal energy of the Lord. They can stay with the Lord or they can come to this material world. Material world and the spiritual world both are coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha mattah sarvam pravatati iti matva bhajante mam mudabhava samanvitaha. Everything comes from the Lord only. But one part is always in the darkness. This is material world is in the darkness. And other side, spiritual world, it is always in the light, all full of bliss, knowledge, and eternity. So here, when there is a sunlight is there, and if some object comes, immediately there is a shadow. Shadow and the light both are side by side. If we stand in the sunlight, a person is there, and in front of us, sunlight is there. Behind us, there is a darkness. So they're just side by side. And here, Prabhupada here explaining that here, what is that person that is the called Maya? Whoever is standing with the materialistic form, that is Maya, and the shadow, that energy, it is the Maya. That shadow is not permanent. Actually, if the object goes away, then all the light only is there, sunlight. So Prabhupada is describing that one, and also the sunlight is not different from the sun planet, though sun is very far away and we have got sunlight on top of us, on throughout the world. We are experiencing that. So in such a way, he is maintaining sun god is maintaining all the living entities. He is also called a Loka Bandhava. He is the relative of all the living entities. Loka Bandhava, sun god name. So, but still, he is very far away. Though we are also experiencing his energies, the light and heat, but sun god is very far away in his sun planet. This is a practical experience. And such energy is simultaneously one with and different from the Lord, just as the sunshine is simultaneously one with and different from the sun planet. And likewise, the energies are acting by combination and permutation by the indication of the Lord. By the indication of the Lord. And the acting agents like the Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are different incarnations of the Lord. They are the Gunavataras. Brahma is the mode of Lord of Brahma. Brahma is the Lord for the mode of passion. Vishnu is the Lord for the mode of goodness. And Shiva is the Lord for the mode of ignorance. They are all different incarnations of the Lord. In other words, there is nothing but the Lord only, and still the Lord is different from all such manifestive activities. How it is to be explained in the later on. So the Lord only answers all these things. So here, when we see Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara as well, in the higher vision, so there is no difference between Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, because they're all coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead only. In the other way, in the other different part of Srimad Bhagavatam, in the Daksha Yajna, when the Daksha was offending Lord Shiva, later on he pleased Lord Shiva, and then so many demigods, he performed continued the sacrifice later on the permission of Lord Shiva. After that, the Lord Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared under sacrifice with his 8 hands. At that time, all the Brahma, Vedas, and Agni, Brahmanas, and Brahmana Patnis, and Gandharvas, Yakshas, Rishis, everyone are glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead like anything. So many verses, at least 15 different kinds of the elevated living entities of the universe. They're all glorifying the Lord. So at that time, the Lord speaks to Daksha Prajapati. So he says, Aham Brahma cha sarvasya jagatah karanam param atmeshwar upadrashta swayam drug abhisheshanah. So there is Aham Brahma cha sarvasya jagatah karanam param. Myself and Brahma and Shiva jagatah karanam param. So we are the reason for this material world, ultimate reasons. But Atmeshwara Upadrashta Swayam Drug Avisheshanaha. I am the Atmeshwara. Atmeshwara is the Lord of all the living entities, Paramatma, and Upadrashta, and I am also the seer and witnessing the activities of all the living entities. Atmeshwara Upadrashta Swayam Drug Avisheshanaha. So, though I am the Lord of everyone, I am the Upadrashta or Atmeshwara, but there is no difference between me, Brahma, and Lord Shiva. So, there Prabhupada mentions in the higher vision, there is no difference. But if we see when we are coming to nearer in the materialistic forms or just whatever is benefiting to me, then I see the Vishnu is so Sudha Goswami says, Sattvam Raitimiti Prakutehe Gunaha त्रयुक्तः परः पुरुष एक इहासते सित्यादये हरिविरिञ्चि हरेति संज्ञाः श्रेयोंसि तत्र खलु सत्त्वतननृणं स्युः. But out of these forms, only one has to approach Vishnu only for his ultimate benefit. So that is so the Goswami mentions in the Bhagavatam in the first canto, second chapter, and verse number around 20 21, something like that. So Purusha Eka, but Purusha is the only one person. He accepts this Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. So here Brahma wanted to know how the Lord has expanded with all his energies by different energies, combinations and permutations. This is combination and permutation. Upabrumhitam, Nana Sikti Upabrumhitam. So these are the questions to the Supreme Lord. He will answer. So here, when the Lord is answering, there are so many other scholars have commented on the Chatushloki Bhagavata. It is very vast subject matter. Each verse is taking so many days. We are going to explore those purports as well later on. In a different number of days, we will cover each verse. So likewise here Brahma is asking. Tatapi natamanasya natanatayanaatitam paravare yatarupe janiyante tsurupinaha. Yatatma maya yogena nana sikti upabrumhitam vilumpan visujan gruhnan bibhrad atmana. So Brahma is asking all these questions. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. So we shall quickly move into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is letter to Govind Maharaja, May 24th, 1970, Los Angeles. Can I request any devotees, unallocated devotees, to read this letter, please? Radha Sekha Mataji, would you like to read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. My dear Shripad Govinda Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. I beg to thank you for your kind letter dated 14th May 1970 and noted the contents. I last met you sometime by the 11th or 12th of December 1967 at Muluk's Radha Govinda Temple, and I started for USA via Japan sometime on the 13th of December 1967. When I was staying I immediately sent my arrival to Sripad.
Mataji, we can't hear you, Mataji.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Srila Shripad Tirtha Maharaj, offering my respects therein to you, but on my return to San Francisco from Tokyo, I did not receive any letter from you, although my return address was given in the letter which I wrote from Tokyo. Anyway, that is a long distant topic. I'm very pleased to receive your letter as I was expecting at every moment. I hope by the grace of Srila Prabhupada you are doing well. I am so glad to note that you remember the auspicious day sometimes in 1944 when I started my Back to Godhead magazine. I think it was the first issue you wrote some article also, and you took the trouble of going several times to the Saraswati Press for supervising the printing work. It is a great pleasure to remember those days of cooperation. You rightly remember that His Holiness Bhakti Saranga Goswami presided over the meeting in which our revered Keshav Maharaja was also present. But at that time, on account of my selecting Goswami Maharaj to preside over the meeting, Shripad Tirtha Maharaj, where are we? Tirtha Maharaj, then Kunjada and Bon Maharaj also refused to accept my invitation. Anyway, by your blessings, back to Godhead, although passed through many difficulties, is doing well. First of all, it was published in Calcutta, then in Allahabad, then at Delhi. In this way, it has come to USA, and my American disciples are taking care of this transcendental magazine. You will be glad to know that we are printing now 125000 copies, English edition, and 15,000 copies each of French and German editions. These are coming out every month, and very soon, maybe from next month, we will issue a similar quantity in Japanese language. We have now got 30 centers, and in each center the devotees are going to the streets of London, Hamburg, New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Tokyo, etc., and they are selling Back to Godhead and other books very nicely. The magazines are sold in each center at the rate of 100 to 400 copies daily, and the price is $50 per copy, which is in Indian exchange 3.50 rupees. Since I have come here, we have published many books like Bhagavad Gita as it is, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Sri Ishapanishad, Krishna Consciousness, the Topmost Yoga System, Nectar of Devotion, Krishna, and several essays. And I have already sent one copy of Bhagavad Gita as it is to Sripad Tirtha Maharaj. I hope you have seen it. It is published by Macmillan Company. So things are going. So things are going by the grace of Srila Prabhupada. I am getting older. Naturally, the energy is not so strong, but still I hope to prolong, as you all Vaishnavas are praying to Srila Prabhupada, that by his grace, my life may be prolonged and energy safely guarded. So far, I see on the list of complimentary copies of Back to Godhead, your good name is there, and as well as Sripad Maharaj and Sripad Tirtha Maharaj. So I think you must all be receiving regularly the copies as they are published. Sometimes they are delayed by the accidents like postal strikes. Otherwise, your copies are regularly dispatched. Yours very affectionately, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji?
Yeah, there's loads. So obviously, the essence of the letter is that he is communicating with his god brothers, and he's trying to recall the times when they also all were doing things together. And I think this is during the period. I'm just trying to remember from Leela Amrita. This is during the period, like, Srila Prabhupada obviously became extremely successful in his distribution and his propagation of Krishna consciousness. And he's trying to reach out to his god brothers, I think, in a mood of like togetherness and cooperation, and like by highlighting that there were times when they did things well together. He's also, I think, there's a sadness in the fact that sometimes not everybody cooperated with him, when really they were all working for their Guru Maharaj. But then also there's also his god brothers that did support him. Clearly there is his god brothers that supported him, and I think he's trying to, I think the essence is that he's trying to bring everybody together. That's how I feel this letter is written, and he's trying to actually say, look, we're doing it. The disciples, him, they're doing it. They're propagating Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, and I think that's what I get from this.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for kindly explaining this letter. Any other comments, dear devotees, you want to add?
And also this fact that he's just wanting to pass on this message of his Guru Maharaj. Constantly he's in service of his Guru, and the only reason he probably wants his life prolonged is because of the fact that he's able to do this distribution. Like, this is his only goal. He's just propagating. He sees the urgency of it. He sees the big need for it. He sees he's going. His goal is very, very fixed, and that's exactly what he's doing all the time. And this spirit of cooperation, I think he still wants. I think it was one of his god brothers, disciples, that actually did his main samadhi as well. I think that's what I've heard. Did his, he's very much still part of Gaudiya Math as well. Like, he's still trying to bring all his God brothers together in a spirit of cooperation, and you know, by saying that some of his God brothers are not responding to him, I think he probably felt very hurt, and because he's the sort of person that is always wishing well for everybody.
Thank you, Mataji. Summarizing that one. Okay, any other comments, dear devotees, you wanted to add? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So this is again Prabhupada was remembering back to in the 1940s about his pastimes, how the Govind Maharaja was helping him in publishing the Back to Godhead magazines and printing, supervising that work. Again, Prabhupada, so it is in the 1970s and mentioning about his energy and his age, advancing age, and also praying that all the Vaishnavas so that he can prolong his lives to and his vital energy to be safely guarded so that he can continue his works. Okay, so this is a few points that we see the inspiration, the gist. So again, when we are looking into this one, when we are in this country and also having associations, how many devotees, how many souls are being purified? But if we observe, for example, some people they are going back to India and then they're preaching in India again. There, so many souls come together, but it is easy in India because the atmosphere is very easy, and many souls can be brought to the spiritual world. But here it is very hard because it is this world, this side of the world is mostly engaged in the sense gratificatory things, all the darkest part of spiritual life. It's not spiritually advanced and also not conducive. And also here, the livelihood is very difficult. Unless one works, it is hard to live and survive, always paying bills and many things. It is again the circumstances, but what one is desiring and where he wanted to live. But in India, naturally, spiritually advanced, and many peoples can be brought. If one person is, so if we observe in the past, so many people like Gandhi, Nehru, and so many other people, like they have come to Western countries and studied, and they realized and went back and then inspired, and then they have brought so many revolutions in the people. So that we need to take the inspiration but not stay in the darkness all the time. So as soon as we get that knowledge and inspiration, just needs to be done what needs to be done, like Prabhupada is doing, many other people are doing. Okay, so these are my takeaway points as well. Thank you so much, Mataji, for kindly explaining.
Prabhu, can I just make one? Can I just make one request of everyone, please?
Yes, Mataji.
I'm just requesting all devotees. Our Purbasha is currently in hospital, Sanchita Mataji's daughter, and I mean, she is one of the most, you know, she's my child, like as well as Sanchita Mataji. I love her so much, and she is um she's just suffering at the moment, and she's being really strong and she's being really brave, and she's done so much service for Srila Prabhupada and the deities, and and she's just a young child. So can everyone just please keep her in their prayers, just, you know, and for her speedy recovery, like yeah.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji, for bringing that one. So I know Purbasha Mataji so just was hesitating to share. So yes, we need Purbasha Mataji. So she is a young child and daughter of Sanjita Mataji. She is a very beautiful devotee, So I think for past few days we see that Sanchita Mataji is also not coming because she is looking after the child. So let us all pray for her well-being so that she'll Mataji and all their divine family all chant together and pray together. Not only Mataji, many people, Prabhavati Mataji also has got some kind of materialistic problems about her back. So we need to pray for all these suffering souls. Not only them, many people are there, but they are not disclosing them. So let us all pray for well-being of Purvasha Mataji, Prabhupada Mataji, and all other devotees who are suffering materially, so that they will come to Krishna consciousness, again execute their life in Krishna consciousness until their last breath. So let us chant 3 times Hare Krishna Maha Mantra for them, and also let us keep them in our prayers.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Rama,
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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
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 Rama
Hare Hare.
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare. Thank you so much, dear devotees. And also, so many devotees are suffering in Bangladesh as well. So we keep for all the souls who are suffering materially in our prayers. So that is a devotee, they're always paradukka dukki, paradukka dukki, vidito dukkiteshu, pushtaha paradhya vidito dukkiteshu. He is always, if everyone are happy, he is happy. If everyone are suffering, he is not happy. So that is the position of a devotee. Paradukka dukki. Always works for other person's well-being only, without any selfish. Okay, so let us keep all of these souls, Vaishnavas, pure Vaishnavas and pure souls for their well-being materially. They don't look after themselves, but we pray for them as much as possible. Okay, and then from the announcements point of view, so today evening we have got teachings of Lord Chaitanya by Radha Sevka Mataji at 8 p.m. Okay, that is our upcoming event. And dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness or any events like this or well-being of devotees, kindly share. Hare Krishna. Okay, so if there are no further updates, then we shall conclude and continue with the japa. वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्ण कॉन्शियस डे एवरीवन
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण जय श्री चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर